Like 5,000 likes to this video, we will upload more patriotic news. Thank you. Mutiny. Right before leaving for vacations, Senate Republicans did something treacherous to Trump. Donald Trump has been trying to keep his promises to the American people. Lord knows he has tried. However, those darn Senate Republicans and Dems have been stopping him up every single time. Well, right before the senators left for another vacation, they managed to slip in one more super nasty hit at President Trump. Republicans are using a loophole so he cannot make any appointments until next month. The senators were led by Republicans' own Lisa Murkowski, who scheduled 9 pro forma sessions for the sole purpose of blocking Trump from appointing cabinet members. A pro forma sessions is a legislative trick where 1 or 2 senators meet for less than 1 minute every 3 days over the break to stop the president from making any recess appointments. The president can make these appointments if the Senate is out for 9 days. This is exactly what I was worried about happening to Republicans after Obama. The ones in office now have become such obstructionists, they cannot even support the president when he is on their side. Still, this is not such an unusual happening. Mitch McConnell used the same tactic to block Obama from appointing a Supreme Court justice, and Dems used it to block another Obama appointment in 2012 when he overstepped his constitutional authority. Do you think they should allow Trump to properly replace John Kelly as the head of the Department of Homeland Security? Are you disappointed in the Senate GOP? As Trump spoke earlier in West Virginia, reporters noticed the astounding thing behind him. The media has spent days upon days talking about the Russia collusion delusion. They have pushed this conspiracy theory without proof. Look, Russia witch hunt in West Virginia, and asked the crowd if they had seen any Russians in West Virginia. Watch what happens in the crowd behind Trump. The deep state has been trying to take Trump out all week. It's horrid. Trump has such great sense of humor in the face of all this. President Trump, most people know there were no Russians in our campaign. There never were. We didn't win because of Russia. We won because of you. That I can't tell you. We won because we totally outworked the other side. We won because of millions of patriotic Americans voted to take back their country. Cheers. Have you seen any Russians in West Virginia or Ohio or Pennsylvania? Are there any Russians here tonight? They can't beat us at the voting booth. So they are trying to cheat you out of the future and the future that you want. The Russian story is dead. That's why Mueller opened up a grand jury today on unrelated matters. Take a look at what Mike Cernovich said. The Russia story is dead, dead, dead. Spread this story everywhere and Trump that we are still with him. Comment God bless our president below this post. We need to stand up for our president in these trying times. Seconds ago, Trump glanced off stage in West Virginia, then did something unthinkable. West Virginia's Governor Jim Justice announced that he was switching parties this Thursday during an appearance at President Donald Trump's rally in Huntington, W.Va. Watch the amazing moment below. Today I will tell you, with lots of prayers and lots of thinking, I can't help you anymore being a Democrat governor, Justice said. So tomorrow I will be changing my registration to Republican. Did you catch what Jim Justice said about Reince Priebus? Watch it in the video below. This governor's flip shows the state's right turn as Trump's popularity throughout the state soars. This clip also shows the incredible moment that Trump has promised to restore coal industry jobs and has since revived the economy of West Virginia since he took office. This move has now blindsided the Democratic Party, who is now left in control of only 15 governors' mansions, says Politico. Liberty writers reported earlier that Justice would flip earlier in the day. Apparently, West Virginia Democrats were not given any advance notice about his new party loyalties. Share this all over the internet if you are so proud of our president and the work he has done to make the Republican Party stronger. We are sitting here in our office, every one of us that is capable of standing on 2 feet, looking at each other saying, "Oh my goodness, did anybody see this coming?" said Steve Roberts, president of the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce. I am surprised. However, When I worked with Gov. Justice during the last session of the legislature, I could plainly see that he is a pragmatist who is trying to get things done and is not driven by ideological or party loyalty. And he has a close connection to the Trump family, and it is my hope that this will further solidify a national attention in favor of policies that will help economic development, job creation and education in West Virginia. Governor Justice has decided to put West Virginia first. Thank God for that. Let's welcome this new governor on board the Trump train. Trump was right. Look what sick thing 6 people were arrested in Boston for. Breaking news from Massachusetts shows 6 people, 4 of them state registry of motor vehicles clerks, were arrested on Wednesday for helping illegal immigrants get fake IDs, some of which were later used to register to vote in Boston. Aaron Devaney, the registrar of the RMV, put out this statement following their arrest. The RMV finds the alleged criminal and fraudulent actions of these individuals to be troubling and intolerable, and has also taken immediate steps to suspend the credentials allegedly fraudulently obtained as part of this enterprise. This is a huge case, and the full details are only just coming to light. There's a lot to unpack, so here is the breakdown. Evelyn Medina, 56, Annette Gracia, 37, Kimberly Jordan, 33, David Bremage, 46, Vivian Yoani Bree, 41, and an unidentified man going by Flacco were arrested on Wednesday for involvement in the fraudulent ID scheme. Medina, Gracia, Jordan and Bremage were RMV employees. According to authorities, Flacco and Bree helped their fake ID scheme. Flacco, an illegal immigrant from the Dominican Republic, was identified along with Bree as the document dealers. Bree would use fake documents to register clients to vote in Boston. Then, her and her client would bring the fake identification to one of the 4 RMV workers, who would accept cash for authentic RMV IDs. The IDs the group falsely created were immediately suspended as these arrests were made. The investigation began in 2015 when an anonymous letter tipped off the shady dealings. Remember how Democrats are always yammering on about how illegal immigrant voting is not a problem? Yeah, well, I think this is strong evidence to the contrary. The spokesperson for the Secretary of State, Deborah O'Malley, said in an email that based on the limited information provided by the U.S. Attorney's Office, it appears that none of these individuals have voted. The key word here is limited. They haven't looked at all the details yet, and it could be that voting fraud comes to light. It certainly wouldn't be surprising. It is great to know that this crew has finally been busted, but they highlight a real problem in illegal voting, and you know the MSM is going to cover this one up real quick. That's why we're asking you to share it far and wide so everyone can see. H/T Boston Heads will roll. The leakers won't sleep tonight after what Jeff Sessions just did. Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein are holding a news conference about the leak investigations on Friday. This culture of leaking must stop. Watch the jaw-dropping video below. Sessions announced that he will step up subpoenas against the media. He said he respects the media but says that respect is not unlimited. Sessions said that the Dodge will pursue subpoenas. The second video is more astounding. Watch at the 4:31 mark. I have listened to career investigators and prosecutors about how to most successfully investigate and prosecute these matters, Sessions said via MSN. At their suggestion, one of the things we are doing is reviewing policies affecting media subpoenas. We respect the important role that the press plays and will give them respect, but it is not unlimited. They cannot place lives at risk with impunity. We must balance their role with protecting our national security and the lives of those who serve in our intelligence community, the armed forces, and all law-abiding Americans. He then said that the Department of Justice is open for business. You heard that right here on Liberty Writers, yeah all. The Department of Justice is open for business and they are going to now start going after the media. Let's scare the mainstream media. Comment take him down, Jeff, below this post. Share with 3 of your Trump friends. The Trump army is coming. Schumer just betrayed Trump big time, so Trump struck back and took him down. We all know that Democrats want nothing more than to either oust our president from the office we elected him to, or to make sure he cannot accomplish anything we, the people, elected him to do. One thing that they've been doing, behind the scenes, is making sure that many of Trump's executive nominees could not get to work. Again, this has been work we elected him to accomplish. Senate teams use tactics to slow down the important work Trump nominated these executive officials to do, during the battle for healthcare. They literally obstructed important work, just as a tantrum. According to the Wall Street Journal, Chuck Schumer said, "Now that healthcare is over, I have told Leader McConnell we will agree on a robust package of nominees. When they weren't doing regular order on healthcare, we're not going to do regular order on the things they want." Seriously, folks? Isn't this why we elected Trump? To drain the swamp, to get this country moving again. These so-called representatives act like nothing more than big babies. The good news is that these obstructionists finally cleared the way for Trump's good work to begin. 66 were confirmed on Thursday, with more expected. These executive nominees are expected to get Trump's agenda moving forward on very important things such as advancing Trump's plans to overhaul the tax code and ease financial regulations. If you're tired of this crap, please vent by commenting and share to show the real reason Trump hasn't been able to get things done. Red-handed Debbie Wasserman Schultz just said something insane about IT guy even after he was arrested. If there is one name in the entire Democrat Party that is as crooked Hillary Clinton, it is easily her number 2, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. It looks like Debbie may have finally doomed herself, and now her whole scheme is collapsing around her. Just last week her IT guy, Imran Awan, was arrested by the FBI fleeing the country for Pakistan. So what did Debbie do to retaliate? Well, first she fired him, then she did the unthinkable. Debbie Wasserman Schultz said the investigation may be racist and that he wasn't fleeing the country. Wasserman Schultz told the Orlando Sun-Sentinel, "I had grave concerns about his due process rights being violated. When their investigation was reviewed with me, I was presented with no evidence of anything that they were being investigated for. And so that, in me, gave me great concern that his due process rights were being violated. That there were racial and ethnic profiling concerns that I had." She even tried to suggest the FBI was lying about him fleeing the country after being caught for financial crimes. He is from Pakistan. He's an American, a naturalized American citizen. When you're trying to flee, you don't fill out a form with your employer and go on unpaid leave. Oh, really? Is that also why you threatened the DC police chief to get a laptop of his before they could investigate it? Help share this out to everyone. The media is acting like this massive scandal is not happening and the world needs to know.